save our wild species and provide a home.
You were.
Have you ever been in a situation so strange or funny that you know people would find it hard to believe you when you describe it later? Well, this video is filled with such experiences from people all over the world. But this time, these hilarious moments were captured on camera. These videos would leave you wondering, how did this happen? Or who let that happen in the first place? Join us as we go through some unbelievably funny moments caught on camera. Premature celebration. We are all guilty of celebrating too early and realizing that we could have waited a little longer to confirm our success before jumping in jubilation. And usually, it is not a bad thing. We all get a little overexcited from time to time. However, the goalkeeper of Satriangthong got a little too excited only to have his joy cut short abruptly. In a tense semi-final game, the scores were tied at the end of regulation time, and after 21 penalty kicks had been taken during the shootout. This was when the keeper for Bangkok Sports Club stepped up to the spot in an attempt to put his team ahead. His shot ricocheted off the crossbar and into the air, sending the opposing keeper sprinting toward midfield in celebration as he thought it was over and his team had won. A decision he would come to regret almost immediately. You see, as he ran off to celebrate, the ball landed with a bit of backspin and began making its way back toward the goal. By the time he realized what was happening, it was too late, and Bangkok Sports Club took the lead and would go on to win the game. It was such a hilarious moment that would have been unbelievable if it had not been caught on camera by the spectator Fakawat Kunpati. The 18-year-old had not recorded the other spot kicks, but fortunately had his phone out to record this unbelievable moment. From the video, you can tell that the goalkeeper felt silly, but you can also imagine how his coach must have felt, and also how much scolding he got from the rest of his teammates. In the end, it was a very heartbreaking way to lose, and the lesson here is an easy one to learn. Don't celebrate until the result is decided. That said, for the sake of us getting more hilarious moments like this one, let's hope that not everyone learns this lesson. Not dressed for the occasion. Dancing at parties or in public spaces in general is not for everyone. Some people would rather stand in the corner or do the good old tried and tested two-step movement. However, some people know how to take a party by storm with their dance moves, and we are guessing the lady in this video is one of such people. She looked set to bring the heat to the dance floor and steal the show at what looked like her friend's wedding. Unfortunately, her dress wasn't in agreement with her. Just as she got on her knees to throw down some of her trusted dance moves, her dress ripped apart and exposed some things that should not be seen in public. As you would expect, people began to laugh and yell, but we loved how she jumped up quickly, covered her exposed rear with her hands, and walked out of the situation. As much as this was an unfortunate event, and no one plans for these kinds of things, you do have to wonder why she chose those sets of dance moves anyway. The party did not look like it needed something of that sort. She could have stuck with the simpler moves, and we are pretty sure she would still have stolen the show. Instead, she chose to go for a more complicated and physically challenging move that did not agree with her dress code. We cannot say that there is a moral lesson here, but always check your dress before you hit the dance floor. However, as fans of hilarious videos where people realize what is going too late, we hope more people throw caution to the wind and dance whenever they want, regardless of what they are wearing. Too angry to react. Imagine sitting comfortably in your expensive gaming chair while playing your favorite game intensely. And then, right in the middle of an intense round of gaming, right when you are on the verge of losing, you suddenly get a large piece of pie smashed into your face. We can already imagine how pissed off you would be, and you should be. This is exactly how the victim of the prank in this video felt. He was so angry he was willing to retaliate immediately. However, what he had not considered was that there was a stick placed in his chair to prevent him from being able to get up to enact his revenge or take out his anger. While his situation was no laughing matter, watching him struggle with his chair and pie in his face is nothing short of hilarious. The sheer mix of confusion, laughter, and a bit of messiness became an unforgettable and entertaining moment captured on video. Catching a fish, losing a phone. Needless to say, smartphones have become the center of our lives, and it can be rather distressing to lose one. One such oops moment was captured on camera when a man was so lost in the moment that he accidentally threw his phone in the water after clicking selfies. Well, such absent-mindedness is common, and we have all been victims of it at some point or the other. However, it proved too costly for this man. This video of the hilarious incident shows a man on a boat with a fish in his hand. Happy with the catch, the man takes several selfies with the fish from different angles. However, instead of throwing the fish back into the water, the man threw his mobile phone instead. As soon as he tossed the phone into the water, he realized what he had done. He even bends over to locate his phone in the water. While the video went viral on the internet, it is very much possible that it is entirely scripted. A social media user was quick enough to bring another video of the man to the limelight, which was enough proof that the person is a content creator and makes such videos. Regardless of the authenticity of the video, we cannot deny how funny it was. In particular, it captures how a lot of us feel about people who are overly obsessed with their phones and also impressing their audience on social media. Too black to be scared of clowns. On Thursday's episode of The Ellen DeGeneres Show, renowned rapper and music mogul was the guest of honor. As they were chatting, Ellen DeGeneres casually asked Diddy if he was afraid of clowns, to which he confidently replied, "No, impossible. I'm a black man. I have so many other things to be fearful of. A clown is not going to scare me." But little did Diddy know, Ellen had something up her sleeve. Within seconds, a clown dressed as Pennywise, the infamous clown from the movie E.T., popped out of the table beside him. Diddy's reaction was priceless, but he took it in stride and played it off as a sign of his positive energy. As the show went on, Diddy couldn't help but laugh and thank Ellen for the surprise. It's safe to say that even celebrities can be caught off guard, and Diddy's reaction left the audience in stitches. After watching an instant replay, the talk show host pointed out how Diddy tried to play off his fear by dancing. "You dance when you get scared. I like it," she joked. At the end of the show, Diddy expressed some worries. He was concerned that his reputation might have suffered due to his fear of clowns. However, nobody made fun of him for being scared of clowns, because it is okay to be scared of something, particularly clowns. Plus, Ellen is known for pranking her guests, and this time she sent Chrissy Teigen to the Purge maze at Universal Studios' Halloween Horror Nights with her resident horror maze executive producer, Andy Lassner. Despite the absurdity of the situation, Diddy's changing reactions to the prank caused the audience and viewers at home to break out in laughter, and Ellen demonstrated her ability to turn even the most ordinary conversation into a side-splitting prank, showcasing her talent for creating lighthearted moments that bring joy to everyone involved. In the end, Diddy's encounter with the clown served as a reminder that sometimes our bravado can be put to the test in the most unexpected ways. This prank not only entertained the audience but also highlighted the camaraderie and humor that make The Ellen DeGeneres Show a beloved fixture in the world of television. The guy delivers pizza and justice. Growing up, a lot of us had fantasies of randomly being at a crime scene and saving the day. And most times in our imagination we do this with superhuman abilities that allow us to fly the victims to safety or use our super strength to stop the criminals. However, in this viral clip, we see a pizza delivery guy, identified as Tyler Morrell, help the police catch a dangerous criminal who was running from the law. Tyler, who works for Caco's Pizzeria, was delivering pizza to a home in Brookhaven, a borough about 20 minutes southwest of Philadelphia, when he saw police officers in a car chase with a notorious vehicle thief. The chase came to a stop after the vehicle struck a pole outside a home where Tyler was about to deliver the pizza that was ordered. The suspect, whom police identified only as a 17-year-old boy, ran toward the red-shirted Tyler, whose response options were limited because his hands were full of pizza. But with his hands full, Tyler instinctively stuck out his foot, thereby tripping the suspect, which allowed the police officers to catch up and apprehend their target. And the best part of all this was the fact that his actions did not affect the pizza he was holding. He saved the day while keeping the pizza intact. Talk about a real-life superhero. Without video evidence, this would have been a story that Tyler would tell his friends and family, and they probably would not have believed him. Thankfully, the house where he was supposed to deliver the pizza had a ring camera that caught the entire incident as it happened. It's like they say, not all heroes wear capes. Honor amongst thieves. From a real-life superhero, we move on to the story of a villain with a heart. On March 2018, a Florida man was seen on surveillance camera stealing a black Kia Rio with a 5.5-month-old baby at a Raceway gas station on a Tuesday morning. However, what he did after stealing the car is something that challenges your moral values. The unidentified male drove off with the vehicle and noticed there was a baby in the car. He proceeded to stop at the next gas station and dropped the baby off with the gas station attendant. The Sunoco gas station attendant, identified as Michelle Ashby, who co-owns the restaurant in the gas station, said that the unidentified suspect even told him to call the authorities to help the parents find their child. Mr. Ashby went on to describe in detail that the door to the restaurant was locked, but the suspect kept knocking frantically, so he had to check what was going on, only for him to have a baby dropped off at his restaurant before the suspect fled the scene with the car. However, we do need to question the parents of the baby who left the car running, with the keys and their baby inside. That is a different level of irresponsibility. The suspect in question was never found, but the car was recovered later on by law enforcement. If you were the one in this situation and your car was stolen but your baby was returned, how would you feel about the criminal? Brother's keeper. A lot of us have had a taste of a good old sibling rivalry, because as much as we love our siblings now and then, they can be very infuriating. But in the end, we forgive them because we are family. However, I do not think the victim in this viral prank video would consider forgiving his brother. Our unidentified victim organized a date with whom we assume to be his girlfriend, or a girl he wants to be his girlfriend. Regardless, we do know how dates can be difficult to plan, especially when you consider how busy both parties might be or how far they live away from each other. This date might have been a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for the couple or couple-to-be to bond and spend time with each other. But little did they know that their date was about to be sabotaged by our victim's brother. The brother in question did not want his sabotaging plot to be something trivial and forgettable. Instead, he went all out and hired 100 people to dress up as minions from the popular movie Despicable Me and marched along with them to disrupt his brother's date. Imagine 100 minions firing paintball guns at you continuously for over a minute. That was the reality of our victim in this viral clip. We do need to ask what our victim did to deserve such treatment from his brother. His brother's actions could not have been unprovoked, or at least that is what we would like to imagine. Because if that is not the case, then our victim is probably living with an actual villain. In the meantime, we do hope that our victim and his date found another chance to spend some time with each other without any interference. Regardless, though, the video of the villainous brother and his minions attacking his brother with paintball guns was a hilarious moment that would not be believed if there was no video proof of it. Attacking the Terminator. In the social media era, no one is safe from being involved in a weird, funny situation that is captured on camera, no matter if you are a celebrity or a regular citizen. At any point, your situation can be the source of laughter for countless other people. And this is the case with movie star Arnold Schwarzenegger. The former governor of California was standing and filming children at a sporting event in Johannesburg when a man made a flying kick to the back of Schwarzenegger, who as a result stumbled forward into a small crowd around him. The man is quickly grabbed by security, but Schwarzenegger, on the other hand, looked as cool as possible. He was less worried about himself and more concerned about the children at the event who were there to compete and showcase their skills. Shortly after the incident, Schwarzenegger retook his seat at the side of the court, seemingly unfazed by the attack, and continued to make Snapchat videos about the sporting event, urging the media to focus less on the man who kicked him and instead ensure to cover as many of the gifted children that were present at the program. Without video evidence, would you believe that someone would be willing to attack Schwarzenegger unprovoked? Although Schwarzenegger was around 71 at the time of the attack, it does not make him any less of a human tank than he used to be. Ultimately, we are glad to have this moment being captured on camera to show us that the Terminator is not just cool in movies, he is also cool in real life. Subscriber's pick. Before we go on, here is our subscriber's pick for today. As we take a look at situations when people realize too late what is going on, let us focus on the lady who tore her dress while trying to take the dance floor by storm. As much as we cannot blame her for her dress giving way in the middle of her dance performance, we do have to ask if her dance moves were appropriate for a wedding ceremony. Could she have picked a different set of dance moves? Or was she well within her rights to dance however she saw fit? Let us know what you think in the comments section. Back to the video. Rap proposal. In a world where marriage proposals are becoming more and more extravagant, one couple's proposal stood out for their creativity and spontaneity. It all started with a simple car ride, but what followed was a heartwarming display of love and affection that left everyone in tears. The video went viral, showing a young couple, Jose and Samantha, driving along with their baby in the back seat. Suddenly, Jose started playing a rap song and began rapping along to the lyrics.
Working on my flow, rhymes only so, trip over my words, I get back up and I go.
At first, Samantha tried to switch the radio station or end the song, but Jose persisted, and she soon realized that the lyrics were all for her. As the song continued, Jose's rapping became more impassioned, and then, in the middle of it all, he popped the question, asking Samantha to marry him. The emotion in the car was palpable, and Samantha, who had been trying to avoid the song, was moved to tears as she said yes and accepted the ring. Looking back, Jose revealed that he had no musical experience beyond the occasional karaoke session, so he was nervous about Samantha's reaction. But he was determined to create a special proposal that would help them forget their past car arguments and replace them with a beautiful memory. But it could have also very easily gone south and led to another car fight. In the end, the proposal was a resounding success, a testament to the power of love and creativity. So the next time you're stuck in traffic, remember that anything can happen, and that true love can find a way to shine through even the most unexpected circumstances. Dentist High. If you or someone close to you has ever been sedated for a dental procedure, you probably have an idea of what that sedation does to the mind. It can be amusing to witness adults behaving in a funny way under the effects of sedation, but it's even more amusing when it happens to children. This was the case when 7-year-old David had his appointment with the dentist and had to be sedated. After he was done with the appointment, his father made sure to capture his moments of delirium. The video, shot in the back seat of a car in 2008 and posted in 2009, captured young David's endearing existential crisis. "Is this real life?" he asked, telling his dad, "You have 4 eyes, and I have 2 fingers," before releasing a primal scream. His father, David DeVore Sr., shot the video, which currently has 141 million YouTube views, on a flip camcorder following his son's tooth extraction for hypodontia, a condition in which a person grows additional teeth. DeVore Sr. says his son was administered ketamine, a psychedelic drug that's sometimes used in pediatric dental procedures. He also said that he made the video for his wife, who could not be at the appointment. But as it turns out, the internet loves videos of kids having existential crises. But not all the comments about this video were positive. A lot of people had a problem with a father recording his son in a vulnerable state. Some even brought up having child services do checks on DeVore Sr. to see if he was a competent father. We, on the other hand, think the video was funny and cute, and we appreciate DeVore Sr. for ensuring he captured his son's thoughts. Friend? There are pranks that your friend would play on you, and it would make you wonder why you are friends in the first place. And in this viral video, we would see a man go through this exact emotion. The video shows a man taking a shower outdoors and rinsing the soap on his head under the flow of water. Whenever the prank victim puts on the shower and bends his neck to clean himself, the prankster quickly pours in more shampoo. This leaves the man under the shower increasingly frustrated at his inability to rinse off the foam. Meanwhile, the prankster keeps pouring more shampoo onto his head from above without his knowledge. At one point, the frustrated man picks up the shampoo container to check if it is the correct bottle. He keeps himself right against the shower nozzle, only to be slathered with more foam. Midway through the video, the man screams at the top of his lungs to vent his anger, but nothing comes to his rescue. The prankster continues his antics multiple times, which also prompts the man under the shower to walk away in frustration, only to return seconds later. All the while, his friend was enjoying our victim's frustration and was even making a video of it. Ultimately, these kinds of acts are funny because the anger and annoyance are momentary, whereas friendship stands the toughest tests of times. We all know that both our prank victim and his devious friend would still be good after this, and who knows, our victim might get his revenge sometime in the future. Laughing in the face of danger. We all know that it takes a lot of courage to stand in the face of danger, but what we do not know is what it takes to be able to laugh at an armed robber in the middle of a bank robbery. A bank teller in Shanghai kept a cool head when a would-be robber threatened her with a huge meat cleaver. Without showing even a hint of fear, the bank teller can be seen laughing and pointing at the man, as his bungled robbery ends in him being taken away by security guards. The incident occurred at a Shanghai branch of China Construction Bank and was recorded by the bank's surveillance cameras. The young man approached the counter and brandished the weapon at a female customer, who reacted with wide-eyed shock and quickly moved away. It's the bank teller's reaction, however, that has made the video something of an internet sensation. In the video, we can see her turning around, talking to someone away from the camera, pointing to the robber on the other side of the glass, and laughing out loud as the other customer leaves to find safety. Two of the bank's security guards quickly moved in and wrestled the man to the floor. The would-be robber remained relaxed and nonchalant throughout the incident, continuing to talk on his cell phone. While many of us laughed nervously in reaction to the shock, this bank teller's huge grin and his amused expression are ridiculous to watch. We think he was laughing and thinking something along the lines of, he thinks he is going to rob this bank with a cleaver? Whatever it is that made the bank teller laugh so confidently, we would love to have that in more banks. Anniversary coincidence. Romantic comedies are always filled with grand gestures of love that make your heart jump with love. However, in real life, grand gestures of love do not always go as planned. This was the case with a couple, Finlay McAfee and Salma Saad. Salma lived in Paris while Finlay was in Scotland, and on their relationship anniversary, Salma decided to fly to Edinburgh, Scotland, to surprise Finlay. So, on January 2017, she packed a few things and flew to Edinburgh. By the time she arrived at Finlay's apartment, he was not in. Fortunately, she decided to text Finlay's flatmate, a software engineer named Adam. This is where the story becomes heartwarming, because Adam tells Salma that Finlay had traveled to Paris to surprise her for their anniversary. Although it is kind of sad that their love for each other put them in two different countries on a day they were supposed to spend together. After Salma found out Finlay had the same idea, she tried to text him to come back, but he was already in Paris. Unfortunately, he could not get a flight for 12 hours. Because of this, he was stranded in the most romantic city in the world, without the love of his life. Then, he took to Facebook, asking if anyone he knew was in the city so that he could kill some time. 4 years after the event, Salma posted the story on Twitter and also stated that both of them do not do surprises anymore as a result. The tweet had over 1 million likes and retweets, and it was one of those moments that reminds us that love in this century is still possible. Thank you for watching this video. We will see you in the next one.